Everybody, it's Dr. Joe in the house on this very, very cold Wednesday evening here in the Washington, D.C. area. I hope you're doing well wherever you are. Another session on Ask Dr. Joe. And today we're going to talk about setting realistic goals and expectations as it pertains to real estate investing. So we're not just talking about goals in general, we're talking about goals specifically pertaining to real estate investing and for real estate investors, And so I thought I had that. We're getting towards the end of the year. And many of you, I'm sure, had goals at the beginning of the year. And I'm just curious to how you're doing relative to those goals, whether you've achieved them. If you did, congratulations. If you didn't, well, maybe it's a time to reflect on, what you did right, what you did wrong. And hopefully, 2025, which will be starting in a few weeks, will be a better year for you and hopefully a prosperous and successful year. My goal is to encourage people to do deals. And at the end of the day, you got to take action. It's good to watch YouTube videos. It's good to, go to events. But you can really only achieve financial independence by taking action. And my goal is to encourage you, wherever you are, to take action towards your real estate goals. And hopefully you can develop and build financial independence on that path. So goals obviously is a very important part of that. And that's why I thought it'd be good to talk about that and hopefully prepare you for 2025. Get a jump start on that and so on. Okay, so as usual, before we get too far, as usual, if you got some questions, please put them in the chat box. And we'll get to them in probably about 20, 25 minutes or so. Anything to do real estate investing, challenges, problems that you're facing, deals that maybe you're looking at, and maybe you want somebody else to give their thought, their perspective. So please put your questions in the chat box, and I'll try and get to those in about 20, 25 minutes. As usual, if you want to book a one-on-one with me, feel free to go to my website, www.joeasimo.com, www.joeasimo.com, and I'll be more than happy to schedule a one-on-one with you. I did 3 sessions, I think, this week. Did one with Monica, did one with Antonio, and I did one with, oh my goodness, 3 people. Anyway, so book a one-on-one with me. The session has been really, really productive. It's Steve. Yeah, Steve. And so on. Okay, so let's get to it. Setting realistic goals and expectations as it pertains to real estate investing and for real estate investors, as opposed to just generic goals. And I think it's going to be a good session today. So I suppose the introduction is, why are realistic goals the foundation of real estate success? Why are realistic? Notice that I said realistic, not pie in the sky goals. But realistic goals, given where you are, and why is that the foundation for your real estate success? So in the ever-changing world of real estate, setting realistic goals is really a cornerstone of sustainable success. And whether you're a beginner or seasoned investor, failing to establish achievable objectives can really lead to unnecessary stress, frustration, wasted resources, and financial setback. Many people have, start of the year, I want to get 30 houses, and they haven't done one before, they haven't bought one before. It's not realistic, and so they start chasing. And there's nothing worse than chasing a goal that's not that you're not accomplishing. You get frustrated, you waste a lot of time, a lot of energy, and possibly waste a lot of money as well. So by defining clear, measurable goals, investors can create a strategic roadmap to navigate the investment journey that they're trying to pursue. Okay, so the goals must be clear, the goals must be measurable, and it should form the roadmap to where you're trying to go to. So real estate, is as much about patience as it is for persistence. Okay, so it's about ambition. It's about setting realistic expectations and staying away from unrealistic expectations. Like, I want to rapidly grow my wealth this year. There's no guarantees, and if you're not focused, you can get derailed, and you can make a lot of mistakes and so on. So instead of understanding the realities of the market and aligning your goals with the current conditions, it's really important that you kind of think strategically, think long term, and get to where you need to go to. So clear goals is not only provides direction, it also allows you, the investor, to track progress, pivot when necessary, and build confidence in the strategies that you're trying to pursue. Sometimes things don't always go the way that you want it to be. The stars aren't always aligned. So, you every now and then you have to pivot, you have to change based on the new realities that you're facing. So clear goals not only provide you direction, but also allows real estate investors like you and I to track progress, pivot when necessary, and hopefully build your confidence. So a well-defined plan empowers you to seize opportunities without sort of overextending your resources, and ensure that your ambitions, your goals are grounded in practicality. So I broke up today's session into 5 parts, or 4 main parts in the conclusion. So let's get down to number 1, which is, how do you define success in real estate? How do we define success? Because success in real estate means different things to different people. It depends on where you are, psychologically, emotionally, financially, spiritually, and so forth. One person may be successful by doing 1 deal. Another person could be successful by doing 100 deals. You have to define that yourself. So I suppose the question is, what does success mean for you as an investor, and how do you create a vision aligned with your values? Okay. The story I think I spoke to my mother. She said, "Well, Joe, when is enough enough? When is enough for you? When do you realize that you're successful?" So success in real estate means different things to different people. As I said, for some, it might mean it's just about building a portfolio that generates passive income. So to some people, that's success. Build a portfolio, generate passive income, and they're good. For others, it's different. It's about creating a legacy for future generations. Okay, or achieving financial independence could be a goal for you. That could be determining the success. So it just depends on your situation. But either way, the first step is identifying what success looks like for you, and using that vision to guide you on your investment journey and the investment decisions that you're going to be making. So a clear definition of success helps you avoid chasing trends that don't align with your values or your goals. I call it chasing rainbows. People are always chasing stuff, chasing things. They don't know why they chase it, but they're chasing it. And sometimes when they get it, they realize it's not always cracked up to be. So, for example, an instance, I suppose, an investor that's focused on long-term wealth like myself, we may prioritize tenant retention and property appreciation over quick flips. Okay, so I'm looking for long-term wealth, and so because of that, I know that turnover is the biggest expense I'm going to incur. So I prioritize, tenant retention, i.e., having the tenant stay a long time, and property appreciation, because in my opinion, the real money is in the appreciation of the value of the asset, more so than quick flips where you get some quick money. And I'm not really a fan of that, but if that's for you, it's for you. In fact, I was doing my monthly business meeting with my assistant today, and realized that we're at 7.1 years that's our average for tenants. So all our tenants on average are staying 7.1 years. And so typically we don't have a turnover for another 7 years. And so we can save a lot of money in turnover costs. So we're tracking that. And I use that as an important milestone for what I'm trying to do. Okay. So, so knowing your priorities ensures that every decision supports your ultimate objectives. So once you define success, the next step is to create actionable goals that bridge the gap between where you are now, your current position, and your desired outcome where you want to be. Okay, so break down larger objectives into smaller milestones, such as acquiring your first property. That could be, the thing that you want to do first. Another one could be improving cash flow of the portfolio that you have, or increasing equity through renovations. These are goals, actionable goals that you can pursue. So these milestones serve as markers of progress, keeping you motivated and hopefully focused. Okay, so that's number one, which is all about how do you define success, as a real estate investor. So let's do some action items in that arena. First of all, you want to do is define what success means to you, for you, in real estate, considering your financial position you are now, and some of the goals that you may want to try to pursue. And then develop a list of milestones that align with your vision and create a timeline for achieving it. It's you have the end game, but also you can have a series of milestones between where you are now and where you're trying to go to. So that way you'll know if you're on the right track, if you're, you haven't gone astray, and so on. So that's number one. How do you define success? Number two is, why is understanding the market essential for goal setting? You need to understand the market where you're in. And obviously, real estate is very localized. So what works in Washington, D.C. may be very different to what's working in Phoenix, Arizona, or Texas, or whatever. So it's really important to understand the market, what's going on. So I suppose the question would be, how does market knowledge help you set goals that are achievable and informed? So how does market knowledge help you set goals that are achievable and also informed? So the real estate market obviously is dynamic. It's not static. It doesn't stay still forever. It moves up and down, left and right, all the time. And it's influenced by lots of different things like economic shifts, in terms of like what's going on locally. Maybe people are moving in and moving out. Maybe there's the local economy is not very good. Maybe the jobs are gone, so therefore people need to move out. So there are local economic shifts. And then the other thing is interest rates. That obviously affects the market. As interest rates get higher, the cost of financing gets more expensive, and therefore fewer and fewer people can afford, mortgages. So in an ideal world, you want to have lower, interest rates. And also it depends on local demand, what's going on locally. Is it a market whereby people are leaving because there's no jobs, or people are coming in because there's lots of jobs? These are local issues that will affect the local market. And so market analysis, so understanding these factors is really important. It's really to know, because it's going to help you in terms of ambition and also achievable goals that you're trying to set. So market analysis helps you identify opportunities while avoiding, I suppose, pitfalls, such as overestimating rental income. That's a big mistake. You think you're going to get more than what you actually get, or housing shortages that can also, affect you, including other things like maintenance costs as well. So these are factors that you have to consider. So, for example, investing in an area with high rental demand, but limited inventory, I think that breeds the ground for maximizing cash flow, because high demand, low supply, which is what I like, and therefore you can maximize your income flow. Conversely, ignoring market conditions can lead to unrealistic expectations and missed opportunity. Ignoring the market because you think, well, the market is going to go down, or it's going to go up, or whatever it is. And if you listen to the market too often, and it'll paralyze you into inaction, and it'll probably prevent you from doing some deals. So stay informed allows you to adjust your goals as needed. And also economic downturns, changing regulations, and shifting tenant preferences might require you to pivot, changing your focus, maybe, like what I do, Section 8, which is really, really good during market downturns, because if people lose their jobs, Section 8 voucher holders, it really doesn't matter. What will happen is that their income goes down and yours will probably pop up as well. Okay, so what are some of the action items as it pertains to number 2, which is why is understanding the market essential, for goal setting? So conduct a detailed market analysis for the areas where you're planning to invest. These action items. These have a look. Action items. Here we are. These action items pertain to why is understanding the market essential for goal setting. Stay updated on national and local real estate trends by subscribing to industry publications or attending webinars. And finally, the third action item would be to adjust your goals based on shifts in the market, such as changes in demand and or interest rates. Number 3, 3 or 5, I think today, or 4. No, 5. Anyway, if you got some questions, please put them in the chat box, and definitely try to get to them shortly. So let's go to number 3, which is how can timelines and milestones keep you on track? How can these are markers, keep you on track on your real estate journey? So I suppose the question is, why is it important to create a structured timeline for your investment goals? I like to have timelines. I don't just like to have goals in a vacuum. I like to say, well, if my goal is to get this done by 2025, or June 2025, means we've got 7 months. Therefore, I need a series of milestones that will make me or help me make sure I'm staying on track. So timelines and milestones provide the structure needed to turn abstract goals into actionable steps. So for instance, if your long-term goal is to own 10 properties, then your timeline might include things like acquiring 2 properties per year while reinvesting the profits. So breaking goals into smaller milestones makes them more attainable and hopefully keeps you more motivated. There's nothing worse than having goals which are just unattainable, not realistic. It can really kind of make you question and make you lazy, I suppose, and so on. So without a timeline, so breaking goals into smaller milestones makes them more attainable and also keeps you motivated. It's a series of smaller steps as opposed to 1 or 2 big steps. So without a timeline, it's easy to procrastinate or lose focus. Conversely, unrealistic deadlines can lead to rushed decisions that may jeopardize your success. So you got to get the right balance, not too long, not too short, and so on. So finding the right balance ensures steady progress without unnecessary pressure. So tackling milestones allows you to celebrate, yay, achievements, and identify areas for improvement. And regularly reviewing your progress helps you stay accountable, make decisions that are based on information as opposed to just, cross your fingers and hope for the best. And therefore, you can make adjustments to your strategy. So success in real estate is a marathon. It's not a sprint, and therefore timelines should keep you moving forward. Okay, so let's talk about some action items as it pertains to why is it important to create a structured timeline for your investment goals. Develop a timeline for achieving your short-term and long-term goals. Put some markers down. Okay, and break each goal into smaller milestones with specific deadlines. Okay, so you want to make these smaller milestones, and you want to give some dates as to when you'll complete them. And also regularly assess your progress and adjust your timeline accordingly or as needed. Okay, so again, if you got some questions, please put in the chat box. I'm going to get to you very, very shortly. And anything to real estate investing, deals that you're doing, problems, situations, frustration that you're going through, where you think I may be able to help you, feel free to join us and put your questions in the chat box, and I'll try and get to them very, very shortly. Likewise, if you want to book a one-on-one with me, you can go to my website, www.joeasimo.com, www.joeasimo.com, and you can leverage my over 35 years worth of experience. And also, I think I can help you if I can, and on your journey. There's a lot of people are signing up, and I'm trying to encourage more people to do so, because at the end of the day, you got to take action. You got to bite the bullet and make it happen. Okay, so let's get down to number 4 of 6, 4 or 5, 4 or 4, I suppose. Last one is, why are flexibility and adaptability critical? Flexibility and adaptability critical for real estate investors. I suppose the question is, how can staying flexible help you overcome challenges and seize opportunities? So how can staying flexible help you overcome challenges and seize opportunities? So flexibility and adaptability are crucial in real estate investing, because stuff happens. You don't know what's going to go on. The market may turn on you. It's a dynamic market that we're operating in for the most part, because of things like market conditions, regulations, and tenant behavior, I suppose. These are all factors that can cause you to stop and cause you to take early retirement and so on. So it's not something that you should take lightly. Make sure you do due diligence. Make sure you ask people, ask realtors, real estate agents, appraisers, to get a feel for what the market's like wherever you are. Because even the best planned strategies can be disrupted, by unexpected things like tenants or events or economic downturns and sudden vacancies. So a flexible mindset enables you or investors to navigate these challenges effectively and turn in potential setbacks into opportunities for growth. Okay. So one key element of adaptability is having contingency plans. Contingency plans, if the unexpected happens, if you run into problems, whether it be permits, whether it be electrical, plumbing, HC, it's always good to have, plan B alternatives, if just in case the main one falls through. So a flexible mindset enables you, the investor, to navigate these challenges effectively, turning potential setbacks into opportunities for growth. And one key element, though, of adaptability is to have contingency plans. These are plans that, life happens. Something happens that you didn't expect, but it's happened. Now you got to deal with it. So for instance, if a long-term tenant unexpectedly vacates, in theory, you could have a short-term rental strategy, just by the fact that you got a vacancy now, and so on. So staying around, assessing the market trends, it allows you to decide whether you want to participate in the Section 8 program or not. So being proactive and ready to adjust involves embracing innovation and learning from experiences. Learn from experiences, whether it be mine, whether it be other people. Whether it's adopting new property management technologies or refining tenant screening processes. Being open to change keeps your business competitive. You don't want to be stagnant. It's a dynamic environment, so you need to know what's going on in your area. So whether it's adopting new property management technologies or refining tenant screening processes, being open to change keeps your business competitive. Additionally, reflecting on past challenges helps investors identify patterns and improve their decision-making capabilities for future ventures. A willingness to evolve is often what separates successful investors from those who are always struggling. So I think it's you can make money by being adaptable, and things don't always go smoothly, and now you got to deal with it. And so it's good to have adaptable strategies which will allow you to somewhat maybe minimize or mitigate some of the expenses that you'll incur. So the other thing is having good relationships with your tenants. Why is it important to have a flexibility and accountability? So understanding and accommodating tenant needs, such as offering flexible lease terms or responding quickly to maintenance requests, can also boost your tenant satisfaction and retention strategy. So this is not only reduces your turnover costs, but also increases or creates a proactive or positive reputation for your properties, and also your ability to attract quality tenants over time. So what are some of the action items associated with why are flexibility and adaptability critical for investors? Action items will include things like create contingency plans for potential risks such as vacancies or maintenance emergencies. Stay informed about market trends, what's going on locally, and be prepared to adjust your investment strategies accordingly. These are action items. And the third one is embrace new technologies and techniques to improve efficiency and competitiveness. Yes, it's good to be tech savvy. There's a lot of people who are not. A lot of people are struggling with technology. I would suggest that you may want to consider either go back to school or just becoming more familiar with the processes, the tools, the techniques. I think will help you on the long run. Again, if you've got some questions, please put them in the chat box. I'm going to get to you in a couple of minutes. So in conclusion, I suppose, why setting realistic goals and expectations is the key to long-term success. You can't stay there forever. You're going to have to get some goals, have some milestones, and be able to map and track your how you're doing as it pertains to taking care of the of your business. So setting realistic goals and expectations is more than a strategy. It's a mindset that lays the foundations for a sustainable and successful real estate business. So by balancing ambition with practicality, investors can navigate the challenges, seize opportunities, and build portfolios that stand the test of time. And clear goals provide direction. Goals can provide direction. It gives you an idea where you're going. And also, while realistic expectations ensure that you're prepared for the unpredictable, if and when it occurs. So throughout this live stream, I've been able to explore some of the importance of flexibility, ongoing education, and strong relationships. All essential components of a successful investment journey. You know me, I've been through lots of different experiences over the last 35 years or so, and I don't get too frazzled. There's not a whole lot I haven't seen, and so just keep plowing through. So throughout this live stream, we've explored the importance of flexibility, ongoing education, and strong relationships. These are all essential components of a successful investment journey. And each of these elements contributes a holistic approach that protects your investments and enhance your mirrors, as and when you tune in. So for new investors, setting achievable milestones can turn daunting aspirations into manageable steps. Again, the idea is to break down a long series of goals into smaller milestones, which are more manageable, more easy to get good feedback, and so on. So no matter where you are on your journey, the principles discussed here are timeless, and I think they're universal. So if you're ready to take your real estate business to the next level, start by applying the actionable strategies outlined in this document. And also remember, success isn't about avoiding challenges. It's about facing them with clarity. Success isn't all about avoiding challenges. It's about, facing, challenges, clarity, confidence, and also resilience. So your path to success begins with setting realistic real estate goals today, and so on. So with that said, my friends, I'm going to wrap it up for my session. If you've got some questions, please put them in the chat box, and I'll get to you very shortly, about the next couple of minutes. And likewise, if you've got some, if you want to shoot me an email, book a one-on-one with me, you can go to joe@joeasamoah.com and let me know. And to book a one-on-one Zoom call with me where you can deep dive any real estate related questions or challenges or problems that you're facing, whether it be acquisition, renovations, permits, contractors, finding a tenant, all that stuff. I'm familiar with it, and I'd be more than happy to help you if I can. And I think, my friends, and then you go to what's it called, the Section 8 playbook. So, for those who weren't with me a couple of weeks ago, I just want to, introduce the tenant screening playbook. It's a book, it's a course. And the wise words are: wise landlords don't solve problems, they avoid problems. Purchase the tenant screening playbook today. Go to my website and www.screeningplaybook.com. That's www.screeningplaybook.com. Let's have a look. What else is there? I think we're kind of getting close to the Q&A, so I'm going to put the Q&A. So if you've got some questions, please put them in the chat box, and I'll definitely get to them shortly. Let's have a look. We have Katie. Hey, Katie. Not to mention the initial challenge, underestimating renovation costs. Yes. Many people have underestimated how much it's going to cost to do get something through to the final or to the end state. Many times they find out it costs a lot more than what you expected, and you're going to have a lot more challenges typically in the process as well. And that's one. But good question. So underestimating your renovations also could be a problem. And then finally, health and wellness with Grace. Hi, Grace. Hello, Dr. Joe. My challenge this year has been low transactions. Yet I recently transitioned to full-time real estate as an agent and investor. And you're looking forward to the best in the near future. I'm certainly looking forward to the best, and hopefully, you are as well. So if you got some questions, please put in the chat box. And it's not easy. But we all have to start somewhere. It's never easy. It wasn't easy when I first did my first deal. It wasn't easy for my son, my daughter. But we plowed through it, and we eventually got our licenses. So now we can drive around. Drive around, arms out, and just looking cool. Okay, my friends, let's get down to business. Let's get down to the Q&A, Ask Dr. Joe segment. Okay, Katie, not to mention the initial challenge, underestimating renovation costs. You will always underestimate your renovation costs. You're thinking it's going to cost more than what it really is. Could be various reasons. The contractor doesn't know, they're inexperienced, you don't know. Now you have to find somebody who's reliable and who are able to take this thing to the finish line. Question: Wealth and wellness with Grace. Hi, Grace. Hello, Dr. Joe. My challenge this year has been low transactions, yet I recently transitioned to a full-time real estate as an agent and investor. So you're looking forward to the next or to the best in the new year? Yes, we are. Near future. So I suppose the question is for Grace is it's going to be a difficult year. It's going to be a challenging year, but we can plow through it. We can get to the other side, and we can do well, and so on. Real estate's a good business to be in. Great opportunities. So hopefully you'll have the opportunity to become a real estate agent or broker, I suppose, in due course. So let's have a look. Another one is, out of curiosity, does the rental market in the DC metro area slow down quite a bit in the winter? Not really. The DC area is pretty strong economically. It's where the federal government is. There's a lot of military, a lot of, sort of non-military aircrafts, and people are being stationed here all the time. So it's a pretty strong economy. Also, it's a good economy to own real estate, I think. And if you need some help, let me know, Joe at Joe Asamoah, and I'll see what I can do to help you out. What would be your recommendation for someone who wants to purchase an investment property prior to getting their primary residence? So you want to get your investment property before you get your primary residence. I normally suggest the other way around, i.e., get your, regular purchases first, and then followed by the, followed by what's it called? People who, may have difficulty trying to explain what it is. It's not easy. It's challenging. It's tough. The weather hasn't been that great, but we made it through. For those people who couldn't do it this time around, please try to attend the next one. Probably in a couple of weeks, 2 or 3 weeks time. We do have a Section 8 playbook course, and we'll be marketing that shortly. And it's a really, really good course. I highly recommend it. And, you'll be doing just fine. My friends, I think that's about it. 7:40, and so we had a good session today. I'm glad that you were able to join me, and hopefully today was a good event. You learned a lot. I certainly did. And oh boy, got some last questions coming in. I also recommend getting a primary residence first. Yes. However, was wondering what your opinion would be. Thanks so much. Yeah, I recommend that you get a primary residence first, but you don't have to. My first property was an investment property. And I know there are some lenders that do, discount if it's your primary residence, and so on. So it's usually cheaper to get in if it's your primary residence. But you may want to do a house hack strategy, therefore, if this is going to be your investment property. Katie, do you have any set dates for upcoming events? Not yet. Fitz and Corliss are doing a deal in not too far from in Washington, D.C. So they're looking to wrap up that deal probably in another 6 weeks or so. But we'll keep posted. I don't have anything yet, but keep posted, and hopefully we'll get something for you. Let's have a look. Have a great rest of the week. I certainly will. Thank you very much, Grace. I hope everyone has a great week, and I hope you have a wonderful next week. So until then, I'm going to wrap it up for the day, and I'll see you next Wednesday at 7 p.m. Take care. Bye for now.